Yep, I did it again. I wish it would do that. Let me hop back over to here and oh yeah, we're live.
What is smoking can of family out there in YouTube land? I am your host, Dustin from Two Buds in a Jar, and with me we got the co-host Harry Cola, and we are back at it again with another season podcast of Two Buds in a Jar podcast. How are you guys doing out there? We also got the live chat on so you guys can talk to us, ask us questions. We'll either answer it through type or answer it through just via live stream. So what how this works, guys, is we set up a docket for every episode. Sometimes we'll have things going on. We'll be at places. Sometimes we'll just be here at the Two Buds in a Jar studio in the content house, busting out live streams for you guys and entertainment. So here we go, Canna family. We're going to get with number one on the docket. We're going to go ahead and move that off the table. So, number one things on the docket, Canna family, it seems to be dispensary weed prices. Now, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you buy an eighth, it ends up being $65, and you get up to that cash register, and you're like, what the fuck? I could have just grown this shit for cheaper. So,
Yeah,
and they're just upping the taxes on it. They're consistently throughout the United States just upping taxes on it. Now, we're not sitting here talking about taxes, we're sitting here talking about dispensary, and that
prices.
does affect you guys, because there's already like in several states, even ones I've heard of, such as Ohio. I've never lived in Ohio, but I guess they have a $20 sales tax on each thing they sell. So anything you buy, no matter what it is, it could be like a $15 bag of gummies, there's an additional $20 added to it. And it's like you could just buy those and make those at home. So there's a lot of home growers. How many of you guys still go to the dispensaries? Or how many of you guys rather just make your own gummies and grow your own cannabis? Because that's kind of where me and Harry Cola reach. What do you think of these dispensary prices?
I think it's crazy. Um, uh, it's definitely just out of control. These prices are ridiculous for an eighth of bud. I mean, it's just that's wild. It's too much money, man. It's too much cash.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think, dispensaries are messing a lot of shit up. They can't seem to grow cannabis right without adding additional metals, pesticides, or fungus or mold. And not only are they having consistent fuck ups throughout their whole grow, they're honestly overcharging Americans, just with their overall products and their tax or their products are putting a lot of plastic. You got a lot of glass. Glass is fine. You can reuse glass, but you're getting a lot of plastic and all this shit can easily be avoided if they just used him. So I don't think they really do any good. I think they overtax the people. I think the people should have the, right here in America to grow our own cannabis if we want to and how much we want to and consume how much we want
And
to.
and and I think too, when you're growing in a dispensary setting, you're really growing for profit. You're not really growing for a quality. You're trying to make a good product overall, but you're really the angle is to make money, right?
Yeah.
So whatever corners can be cut are probably being cut. Whatever, you know, um, short steps they can take, they're taking those short steps. And I think somebody who really cares about growing this plant and really wants to put the time and effort and the all that passion into it is going to do it, and it's going to make a better product opposed to the big guy who's just looking to make a buck, opposed to somebody who really cares, wants to make something that's actually healthy and good and make sure it's cured properly, dried properly,
I
and not
agree.
just, we're just gonna put it at a low humidity for 10 days and jar it, be done.
Yeah, and try to get with it. Yeah, because they do that, guys. They'll spray their buds with terpenes. They'll just do every little shortcut and turn to push things out, make a profit. I feel like growers at home, and I'm talking to some of you guys watching, most of my subscribers on the channel like to grow their own cannabis. And it's a lot more of a passionate product when you put all your time, your effort, your money into good quality products and you produce your own cannabis. And when you do that, you have such a more better quality around the product, than you would buying something that's just some commercial knockoff bullshit, you know.
Well, it can be a lot of fun too. Even when you have problems with a plant, it can be fun learning and going through and understanding why you had these problems. And then you get too excited for your next one 'cause you're like, I had this problem last time and I'm going to try not to have this problem this time. But there's something else that might crop up and it just makes it interesting and it makes it fun. Just growing the plant is fun.
Yeah, as Harry said, growing the plant is quite fun, I gotta say, man. And I particularly enjoy growing different strands, buying different strands, strand shopping. There's only so many strands you can buy at a dispensary, but there's so many more guys you can buy on breeders. So if you go to herbies.com, royalseeds.com, manifestoseeds.com,
Or you could always just stop by Hydro Gardens and Lights and pick some up today.
yep, shout out to Hydro Gardens and Lights. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring us. We love your guys' products and your store, I gotta say, and you guys have quite nice genetics overall. So they definitely have some good genetics as well. I've seen different subscribers. They'll offer, different seed companies and ask if we've ever tried anything from them. And we hope to. Right now, me and Harry's got quite the genetic seed bank built up and it was for this channel and this grow series because we didn't want to start it without actually just having multitudes of strands, and not only multitudes of strands, ones people's never seen, not the same played out, grown out shit that you see on YouTube usually. So we wanted to start with a nice seed bank and really push that, and bring to you guys different strands you've never seen before. Some are so exotic, I've never even heard of them. I've been growing or smoking weed for a minute, growing weed. So it's like,
Well,
strawberry gorilla is one. I'm like, I've never heard of strawberry gorilla,
there's so many cultivars now too. It's
Hmm.
not like it was before. And every day I feel like they're making new ones. They got to be making new ones every day because there's just so many new hybrids and cultivars and names out there. It's crazy.
It really is. It really is. And with that, I mean, you guys got to think it's better to put your time and effort into your own product. You'll have a cleaner product, a more satisfying product because you made it with your own hands. And not just that, you can amplify the THC concentration. There's a lot of things you can do to manipulate or modify these plants ultimately. So it is definitely worth growing into your own. As far as dispensary weed, I've tried it. I'm not a fan. I'd rather grow my own. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know down in the live chat how you guys feel about dispensary weed versus your own homegrown weed. So,
There's nobody watching. It's great.
nobody.
Yeah, there's no like curve.
Yeah, zero.
Let me
I've
just
seen a few. Yeah, seen a few people. It happens.
yeah,
It happens.
it's cool.
People are still at work doing stuff. I get it, but
Right. I don't know. I guess in different time zones, other things
yeah,
might
everybody
happen.
lives in different
Well,
states and
I
shit.
think we're hitting prime time too right now, so there's probably other people trying to go live as well that are probably have a bigger fan base at the moment.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, every project starts out small here.
Yeah, we gotta keep building it up till that plant gets to as big as what's that tree? A sequoia? That gets really
How about
big.
an oak tree?
Okay, there you go.
Oak tree
It's
is
smaller.
huge.
It's smaller than what I was
But
thinking.
I gotta say, guys, my issue with the dispensary is just it's overpriced bullshit. That's just my opinion. I'd rather grow my own stuff, make my own stuff, and concentrate and make my own potency and know what I put in my stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys. But moving on to the next one, the Ohio. This seems to be a targeted state where they're such in a gray area, they do not know what the hell is going on. Now, to clarify this can of family, what they did was basically they produced a law, I guess. At first, you could grow 12 plants, and then they knocked it back down to 6 plants, from what they said. And I read. But the thing is, you can only have up to 2.5 ounces. Everybody knows. Autoflower grows more than 2.5 ounces of cannabis. I've grown up to a pound of weed. When I grew that strawberry series, guys, it grew 16 jars, 16 ounces. So a whole fucking pound. And, that's just off of 3 plants. I didn't even have the 12 in the beginning that they said we could have.
And that stuff
Yeah,
was super sativa.
supposedly.
Super
Yeah,
sativa.
yeah. So it's one of those things, man. So it's just super sativa strawberry, and it's always such a gray area with those things because they're like, here, you can have 2.5 ounces of weed, but you can also have 12 plants. We don't know that 12 plants will grow more than 2.5 ounces of weed. So it's like, they really over
It's like
there.
entrapment.
Yeah, in Ohio, it seems like, their government and like Governor DeWine, I think it was, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on, which isn't a big surprise to me anyway. But
Well, I mean, I guess in their world, in their realm, it's been illegal, so there's not enough studies or data, so they really don't understand how much yield can come from a plant. And all
yeah,
cultivars are different. Some cultivars seem to have less of a yield, where other cultivars have massive yields.
yeah, strands like Big Bud, for instance,
I,
they have.
I, I was thinking of Moby Dick.
Yeah, Moby Dick and Big Bud. Those are, I know it's funny, guys, but two strands that are massive fucking producers. And if you have 12 of those strands specifically in your tent and they're growing, then, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to come out with, several pounds of bud. Maybe like, I would say, if you had 12 of them in there, you'd probably come out with 2.5, 3 pounds of bud easy because these things grow huge.
Yeah.
They look like a goddamn whale dick. Growing in your fucking tent. So, I mean, with that being said, dude, you have some massive nuggets, bro. So you got a lot of weed, and it's just like, I don't know, Ohio, and it sounds like they need to get it together from what I've read. Thank fuck we don't live there, but it sounds like they need to get it together because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They jumped right into this legalization, which is cool. I think, cannabis should be legalized worldwide for medical, recreation, or just personal use. Just to be able to smoke it outside like a cigarette or have
Well,
designated areas to smoke it.
it's a good place to go here. Is The thing with cannabis is when you first try it, it's gonna rock your world. It's gonna hit you like nothing else. But after the third or fourth time of doing it, it's almost as ineffective as caffeine.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
at first, yeah, it's gonna have some major effect. But if you do it daily and you build up that tolerance, once you have a built up tolerance, you'd have to quit for months to even get close to the effects that you did the first time.
Yeah, guys, take it into consideration like coffee or Red Bull. At first, you have your first Red Bull and you're zooming everywhere, for instance. And then it's like that Red Bull don't do nothing. So you have to have another 16-ounce can. And now you're flying again. Everything's going great. But now those 2 cans don't do it. So now you need a bigger can of Red Bull. And eventually, before you know it, you're drinking a 6 or 12 pack, 4 pack of Red Bull. And it just ain't working. You guys are fucking fried, and it's you're just fried from the caffeine, you're fried from the weed, you've had too much, you build it up in your system, and I mean, ultimately, you get a tolerance to it, just like you do anything. So it's like if you think about it, man, yeah, weed's kind of devastating when you first smoke it, it knocks you on your ass. But once you build up a tolerance to it, it's like, dude, I could blow down 3 carts right now and go skateboarding. Yeah, and not eat fucking gravel or, do whatever, man. It's
Yeah, it's not as a potent as of a drug as what you have been made to believe if you're unaware of that.
yeah. Yeah.
It really isn't.
So, but getting back on topic, Ohio is,
Unless you, and like concentrates can be like you get into diamond sauce or some like really good live pulse.
yeah.
That can be pretty potent. So like they get into those realms, but that's concentrating it.
Yeah.
That's not just like flour, something of that nature, that's
Yeah,
different.
yeah, I gotta say, yeah, and you still build tolerances to that, except you build tolerance to it
You
real quick,
you will build a faster
real
tolerance. And then
quick.
once you have the tolerance to that, the tolerance to the flour is like, haha, you hardly even feel that anymore.
Yeah, once you're smoking diamonds and sauce, or just diamond for about a week to a week and a half, those diamonds it takes more and more, and I've seen that stuff from $100 a gram to about $60 a gram in dispensaries. Excuse me, can of fam, but it's crazy. It's crazy. Your tolerance builds up, but that's not what this is about. It's about Ohio's law on this specific matter. It's some bullshit. They need to get it together. They're telling people they can grow 12 plants, 6 plants, and they're not aware of how much 6 or 12 plants can grow. So it is freaking crazy, guys. Freaking crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point they're gonna work towards ironing it out, but when they do, it's probably not going to be in the benefit to us, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I think it would be. Next thing is ways we consume our weed or like to consume our weed. I'll let Harry go first with this one.
All right. So like the favorite way or just the way that I preferred?
Preferred ways and methods, I would say, Harry.
Let me think. I do like the vapor equipment. It's nice to have a nice vaporizer, but those things are expensive and I don't own one myself. So, I guess the default to that, I do like a good bowl, like some good sticky bowl weed. That's nice, but occasionally I still like to smoke out of a bong too. So I guess combusting
Oh,
it is one of the ways that I do prefer to. What's up, everybody out there? Um, Smoking the bud, combusting it, vaporizing it is one of my favorite ways. And then combusting, and then edibles in that order.
okay. I'd have to say my favorite way to consume cannabis here at Two Buds in a Jar, or just throughout my life period, is definitely through vapes. Disposables, carts, stores and Bickle device, which you guys seen on all of our bud reviews we do it with. I ended up getting one for a gift. It's a Volcano Stores and Bickle. It's a vapor device. It's a medical that fills up the bags, or you can connect a hose. So that's my favorite way of doing it, through a disposable, a cart, or a stores and Bickle device. I used to enjoy combusting cannabis, and every now and then I'll get like a high hemp wrap. What is going on out there? Shout out to everybody watching. What's going on? But anyway, I used to get like a high hemp wrap, and basically, I'll roll a blunt, and it has no tobacco, no nicotine. It's just, but that's every now and then, man. Like it's blue moon. So I'd have to go with vaporizing and edibles being my ultimate favorite way to consume cannabis. I like having them both at the same damn time because it's so much easier waking up in the morning and just downing a bunch of edibles, letting them hit, and then it's just smoking, man. So that's kind of where I like to just get up, smoke some weed, or eat some edibles, and then just vaporize some cannabis. And ultimately, get on with my day and my buzz. How do you guys like to smoke or ingest your cannabis? Let me know down in the live stream, and we will definitely answer you guys. If you guys have any questions or whatever, let me know. Moving on to the next subject, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the edibles, what do you think you like better, gummies or cookies?
Gummies or cookies? I'd have to say gummies.
You like the gummy, you
Yeah.
like something that can last longer, or you just like the chewiness of it?
I like the flavors, the fruit flavors. I think they complement the terpenes on the cannabis quite well.
Those cookies though, those cookies. I think the
Yeah.
cookies. I think I really want to try. getting like my hands on some can of salt and doing like some jerkies or some kind of meats because I think
Yeah,
that would make a really good flavor.
I gotta agree. We
Getting
gotta
those
do that
jerkies into
sometime.
some meats,
Maybe get some key lime pie strain where that has that lime taste and put it in the beef jerky with just a slight lime taste,
a little lime.
yeah, or some Diablo OG, add some fucking spice to it, you know?
Or you get the marinated. You make marinated jerky.
Yeah, that'd be fire. That'd be
Yeah,
fire.
yeah, it would be.
Um, so moving on to the next topic, favorite things to do while high. So, some of my favorite things to do while high, honestly. I mean, there's a lot that I do high, but I like to go to the gun range. I like to shoot guns when I'm stoned. I
You
like,
can't say that on YouTube.
well,
You just did. It's done.
yeah. Oh well, YouTube. Anyway, get over it, tubes. People are people. We do what we do. I like to get tattooed, obviously. I like to shoot guns. I like to, let's see. Man, I guess game. There's a lot of gaming I like to do. I like to watch YouTube too, but my favorite things to do, work in my garden. So, yeah, I like to get tattooed. I like to shoot firearms. I like to work in my garden and listen to music, especially. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm stoned is listening to music. I gotta say, I got in a good, nice buzz. Um,
What are some of your guys' favorite things to do out there in
yeah,
YouTube land? My favorite things would consist of I like to be creative and come up with the goofy skits that I do a lot when I'm stoned, but mostly play video games. So I'll get into like a game of Daisy where I'll shoot
yeah,
guns, but in a cyber setting.
yeah, dude. I do play a lot of games myself. I game it up when I get baked. I'm not gonna lie. But I do a multiple array of things. So my favorite, but all-time favorite number one, I'd have to say is just listening to music and just kind of vibe and chill. It seems to be the best thing. So yeah, those would be my favorite things, I guess, to do when
Some
I'm high.
music. I like playing video games. I like messing around with my plants too, but like the photo period goes off and I can't mess with it anymore. That's the only kind of one of the cool things about the autoflowers is their light cycles are just crazy. You know, their light cycles like 24 or a 24 or like a 18.6, and that's it. You don't want to go lower than that with those.
20 hours or 4 hours, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can have a 20 straight 24 or a 20 on, 4 off, or an 18.6, and that's as low as you can go with those. And as far as I know, I don't think running them at 12.12 is a good idea because I've at the rate that those plants are running, they're running so fast that they really need more light.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta say. You know, another thing is, Uh, you know, I'll be honest with you guys. You can run 18.6 on autos, you can do 24, or you can do 24 hours. A lot of people have said that's not good. I'll be the first to tell you it is good. I've been doing it for 20 years now and have no negative side effects to my plants. That it's an argument, but it has no scientific appeal. Because think about this, and let me throw this out at you guys. So you got photo periods, right, that are light based, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, right? But cannabis has a certain timer on it. Once that timer's set, there's no stopping it. So it don't matter if the light's on, lights off, it's flowering. And we grow a lot of auto flowers because we try to pump a lot of different strands out for you guys. Now, sometimes Harry will fuck with like the photo periods, and I'll be over here on the autos trying to pump out different content. So we need to do that just because I need to pump out content, and so does Harry, and I have to keep doing different autos, different strands, and things of that nature. So that's kind of why. I mean, it seems to be a myth. I don't know what the validity to it is. I see no science to it.
On my side, I'm trying to clear up all these different misconceptions that I've been told because like I've been told the same thing both ways on so many things that I don't know it's true until I can actually sit down and then maybe something can be true for these genetics and not true for these genetics. So I was trying to iron all that out for myself so I actually understand, like, okay, yeah, that's true with this cultivar, but not with these genetics over here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Uh,
I can say that from my own experience, not from like second or third hand
I
experience.
gotta say through photo period too, man. I mean, through photo period alone, it just makes it a better, overall thing to do.
Photo periods are
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, photo periods are fun. And the good thing about photo periods, guys, is if you're starting and you just fuck something up, you're going to basically have time to fix it. So if it's in veg, you can keep it in veg. But that autoflower flowers when it wants to flower, not when you flip that light. It does what it wants to do, and you got to be on top of that. And we've learned that kind of the hard way. I accidentally read nutrients wrong, for instance. I thought it said tablespoon instead of teaspoon. I don't know what the hell. I think I was smoked a whole cart to the face that day. But I put way too much nitrogen in that one banana grow you guys seen in that series. That plant should have never got that huge. That was an auto flower, and I'm 6'1". That thing was damn near 7 feet and made nugs the size of my motherfucking forearm,
Dude,
bro.
it was massive.
Yeah, it was stupid, and the leaves on it looked like it was green and plastic, so it was way too much nitrogen. That's a sign of nitrogen toxicity. You definitely don't want that. But the strawberries turned out beautiful so far. These mimosa cakes are turning out beautiful. Harry Cole's Gorilla Cookies, both of those grows so far are turning out absolutely beautiful.
Which I think having a nitrogen toxicity or a nitrogen deficiency is like one of the most forgiving nutrient deficiencies you can have. It seems like everything else, if you have like a potassium or a calcium or a magnesium or one of these crazy ones like boron or molybdenum, like that's where you're really gonna have issues because it's like what's going on, you know?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I gotta say, you just, yeah, it's just better to do the photo periods and the autos too. But if you have it, just yeah, just
I'm gonna nail down these audios. You just wait and watch and
yeah,
see. I
this is
might like these genetics were my trial run, and it was like shoestrings tied together kind of run going on.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be honest, guys. We use these marriage grow kits, and we are sponsored by Hydro Gardens and Lights, but God, their genetics on that was really rough. I'm not sure where they got them, but none of them seemed to work right, and that was through three
I mean,
sources.
it could have just been the prototype model. I mean,
That's
we
what they
could chalk it
said.
up to that, but
Yeah, because it was new.
I think that pot size needs to be up to a 5 gallon,
Yeah, and I think you need to
unfortunately.
pick like better Jungle Boys or Royal Queens or Manifestos or just some real OG cannabis growers that's been in the game and really know what
I
they're
mean,
talking about.
even if you have to charge more for the kit, I would rather pay more for a kit that's almost guaranteeing, 3/4 of a pound, opposed to a kit that guarantees
Yeah.
maybe a quarter of an ounce.
Yeah, a quarter weed. So it's like, I don't know, paying $50 for something that's like a quarter. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
mean, there is benefits to the 2 gallon pot because
Pot fingering.
well, there is for somebody like me who likes to get into like experimentation and trying to really home things in because with those smaller pots, if you make a mistake, there is no forgiveness in the soil. That's what's so great about growing outside is you have the whole area that you're growing in as a buffer to any mistakes you might make, and you have those microbes that are beneficial opposed to indoors in that small pot. There is no buffer for mistake. There is no additional, space for those other microbes to come in. It's just such a tight area that the plant's almost competing with the biologics of the soil once it gets so big.
That is very true. That is very true. I mean, about I don't know. I'd have to say the genetics is my main concern because I believe if you start with a strong foundation, you're going to finish the race strong. So genetics would be, and then also as well as the container. You can't grow, man. Like I know people like to watch solo cup grows on YouTube. I sure as hell honestly don't. because I don't want to grow out of a solo cup, and you should never transplant autoflowers, period, let alone from a solo cup to a 5 gallon. So we can't really, do things like that. Will we do things in the future, just like put 12 of them in there? Why not? It's really not that hard to do. It's pretty simple.
Crowding
And
would be
yeah,
the issue.
yeah, and you could to get a decent yield from it personally. I mean, so it's like I'm not fully against it. I mean, I'd do it for a video, you know. So let me know if that's something you guys want to see down in the comments below, and we'll do a solo cup grow, and we'll just take my whole 4x4 that's now become a 5x5 tent, and we'll just fill it full of solo cups and grow. Maybe we'll grow some strawberries or mimosa cakes. I have about 200 seeds, 100 of mimosa cake and 100 strawberry. Well, about 90 or something of a little, but yeah.
It'd be like this half of the tent's mimosa, this half of the tent's strawberries, and somewhere in the middle they just be braided them together.
Yeah, created a fucking fruit rope, man. But okay, so things we're going to be infusing on Munchie Mondays, man. See, Munchie Mondays is going to be all about like intricate dishes. So we're going to be doing like barbecued ribs. We're going to be doing like chicken. We're going to be doing like different fruit dishes that are dessert, different baked goods that are desserts. But this is shit like not like Rice Krispies, brownies.
I'm gonna infuse a pizza, right?
Yeah, Harry Cole is going to infuse a pizza, and best believe it's going to be better than Domino's or Papa John's. That's for
I'll
damn
have to
sure.
slow bake it. It's gonna take a while to bake.
Yeah, it's going to have absolutely organic ingredients, and it's going to be fire. Absolutely fire, I gotta say. So we plan basically on doing stuff you guys never heard of, or maybe never even knew you could infuse. And we're going to leave some of it just not out in the open, so you guys, aren't like, oh, they're just going to do this. No, we got some secrets and surprises. So, you know, I look forward to that coming. But
That'll be fun. It'll be a fun project.
yeah,
I can't wait to make more edibles and
yeah,
try more edibles. And they always come out good. Like whatever, every time we go in there and make edibles, man, they're always fire. I just
yeah,
finished the last of the gummies that we made last time.
yeah,
They were good.
yeah. I gotta say they were quite good. What the hell was that?
It was a rabbit.
Damn buns making noise. They're interesting little creatures, man. I'm telling you, I do enjoy them. Freaking puffballs, dude. Um,
Yeah, if I come over and they smell the cat.
yeah, and they're like, "What the hell?" She was sitting there trying to attack you, man, biting, chew on your pants leg and shit when you're sitting there. She's like trying to chew on your pants and shit. But oh, we got some egg, huh? Fucking
Oh shoot, what
on
is
the
up, man?
stay consistent. Channel will grow. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We definitely will stay consistent. We try to. We basically film every Monday and we do multiple videos through Monday. So we'll start filming at, let's say, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning and probably not get done till like sometimes 12 midnight.
Mm,
There's been nights we've done 1 o'clock, which is woo.
late.
Yeah, but it's all out of the passion, and we have a fan base, that seems to love what we do, and we appreciate that, guys. We're almost at 1,160 subscribers, and I know in the pool of YouTube, there's huger channels and all that, but I never even thought we would get this far with what we done, and we just keep doing it. The more you guys comment, the more positivity, and that's all I ever see in the comments section. I gotta say, Harry, all the time is nothing but positivity for what we do. We never have any negativity. We never have any trolls, and for that I am thankful.
I
You
don't
know,
really look at the comment section. I'm busy editing videos,
yeah,
and then once I'm done with the editing and uploading and all that, I'm like, break from this, video games.
yeah, yeah. 100% of the time, guys, I'm the one in the comment section, and as soon as I get a ding on my phone, I answer it because I work from home, and that's what I do. So, we hope to make this a career, and we're almost to the point. We're almost at 3,000 watch hours, and that's what we got to hit: 3,000 watch hours and 4,000 watch hours, and then we'll be able to do a lot more intricate stuff. We already got professional equipment. So, I mean, we got everything up and running and going pretty good, but we film every Monday and we try to, put in at least 4 or 5 episodes. And that way we upload it every day of the week, you guys have something to watch. And then come Monday again, usually what, Sundays when the last video is uploaded, and then
Yeah,
Monday we're
and
filming
I
again.
definitely try to get them out throughout the week, and then by the weekend I can just chill. That's what I try to do. Oh, I still have to do my shorts, but
Yeah, absolutely. And we will be doing the podcast every Monday. Granted, some of them will be more interesting because, like I said, sometimes we will be at places doing the podcast. Sometimes we will be, here at the studio, and have dockets. We always have dockets read, which is what the episode's going to pertain to. So, yeah, we always upload. And we're going to be doing this. We've been in YouTube. I've been watching YouTube since it only had music on it.
I've been watching
You
too
know,
since before they had any ads or commercials. Back then, it was
yeah,
like really old school YouTube when it was just goofy people uploading videos, and
yeah.
it was like the Wild West.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, and then there was just wild content. God damn, I miss that shit. I miss cussing and just the sense of humor. I miss all of it. And from now on, every time, man, time to time, I'll find these YouTubers, and it's like, damn, they remind me of old YouTube, and I miss it so much. I miss the freedom. I miss the freedom. So it's like I became a YouTuber because I mean it was a passion of mine. I was like, I love entertaining people, and I am quite the character. I mean, come on, guys, look at me. And I love teaching people. So and being in front of a camera don't really bother me because I mean I did music years ago and had different bands and stuff I'd work with, and we did music in front of people. So I got over all that real quick before any of this happened. It was a little nerve-wracking in front of a camera. You do mess up your words sometimes, but I'm way past that now. And then we got Harry back on there. Oh, we got another comment. Join many channels now. Yes. Yes, I agree, guys. And see, that's what I hate. I hate like it's stale content, guys. Like, I don't mean to, oh, man, I'm just gonna put how I feel out there. 'Cause I'm not a fake ass person. Mr. Beast, dude, drives me nuts. Mr. Beast drives me nuts, and YouTubers like that because they have all this money to dump into garbage that they know they're going to make money off of. And while Mr. Beast does do good things, you don't think it's not for attention. If it does, why would it be mentioned? Think about that. So there's a lot of different YouTubers that do throw this stuff out there, and it's just for the YouTube money. Now, is it nice to make an income off of YouTube and not have to work a regular 9 to 5 job? Obviously, hell yeah, it is. But at the same time, you got to have some kind of passion and heart towards your audience, what you stand for, integrity as a person. And I agree with Austin, man. Austin's right on point. YouTube has
I like that beard.
it lacked its luster. So, it lost a lot of good
I'm gonna
content.
look it up.
So, there's some I just there's some YouTubers I just don't like, and that stuff's rare. It's like finding a diamond anymore. And I love finding old YouTubers and like old YouTube content that just do stuff. And I said 100,000 times before on our channels, you guys can even go back and check our videos. It don't matter who writes a check or what numbers on what. We're always going to tell you the truth. So, like right now, we're sponsored by Hydro Gardens and Lights, but that kit, horrible, man. I thought
It,
that there was a lot of things,
it was still a
honestly.
prototype,
Yeah, it was
so
a prototype, but I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that could have been changed
we,
about
we,
it.
we gotta iron some things out with
Yeah,
that.
so I made shorts about it. I put out my opinion. I ain't going to try to sell you guys on some stuff, but the rest of their products are amazing. They're absolutely
The
amazing.
Easy Butter Maker was an
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
amazing.
The Easy Gummy Maker
Amazing.
I've made gummies without it before, and it took me all day to make one batch of gummies. Opposed to that, we made 3 batches of gummies.
Yeah, with over 96 or more gummies. So, I mean, they do have amazing products. It's just that Grow Kit was a prototype and it ended up flunking. So, what can you do though, ultimately? But yeah, what was the next thing? Oh, we already did what we're doing on Munchie Mondays. Now, we're going to do our least favorite cannabis types. And let me know your guys' is down in the comments section below. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this because I've already seen the polls, but I'm just not a fan of sativas. I like walking around like a zombie, like indica out. And it looks like Harry does too over
I've
there.
already zopped out. Yes, indica and hybrids I do prefer. Every now and then, a sativa is really good in the morning sometimes,
Yeah,
especially if I
particular.
if I have a bunch of work to get done and I got some sativa, I'll puff down on that and I'll just be breezing through my work. But if I keep puffing on it, then I'll start to get like hungry and headaches and which I mean, like getting hungry, I guess is normal, but it's an abnormal hunger with I get with sativa if I keep puffing on it.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, because it's just, a lot of people, they do like sativa, and I get why, but I've learned to function without it.
You said you didn't like sativa. I didn't like sativa. We lost a person.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Everybody's got personal likes and shit. When it comes to cannabis, I do not like sativa. I think it's horrible.
I'm not a big fan of sativa.
Yeah, I'm not either. I like indica or indica dominant hybrids. If it ain't either or, I won't smoke it really. It was hard to do the strawberries review for me. And matter of fact, I mean Harry smoked most of it.
Yeah, I did. It was rough.
Yeah,
It was good, but it was so much sativa that I was like, oh man,
yeah, because fucking
I can't function anymore until I eat food.
yeah, dude, it like puts a total hole in your stomach. So yeah, it's I don't know. It makes me feel too energized. I drink energy drinks, guys, every day. I mean, I have for years. I don't have no medical problems or nothing from it. But anyway, I'm awake enough.
But
Yeah,
what's
you
your
know.
least favorite cultivar?
Least favorite cultivar. That's what it was about too. I would have to say AK-47. Or no, I take that back. I take that back.
Is it Durban poison?
Durban poison. I hate Durban poison. I really hate Durban poison. I hate green crack. I hate Durban poison. I hate the strand amphetamine. Um, that's about it.
See, I
Bruce
think
Banner.
you
I
don't like the
don't.
Bruce Banner.
Yeah, I do not like Bruce Banner either.
Yeah, no.
Other than that, I'm pretty good.
Um, for me, my least favorite cultivar would have to be in the cheese category. I don't like woody cheeses or cheeses at all. And the what was that other one? Oh, silver haze. 'Cause that stuff, the super silver haze always seems to give me a terrible headache every time I smoke it. It just gives me
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
brain fog headache.
Yeah, it starts literally right here for me with any type of haze and moves right up to the front. The only one I didn't was a more indica based purple haze, because it had less of the haze to where it just had the slight faint taste and more the indica. So I gotta say that wasn't bad, but I'm not a big fan of hazes. I don't like cheeses. I don't like peppery terpenes either. I mean, smoking for so many years, I've kind of became a snob. That's why I go genetic shopping because I grow what I, like or what sounds good. Like the strawberries sound like strawberries and cream. Some of these strands we acquired through just what's it called, being sponsored. So
I'm excited to grow the jelly donuts.
jelly donuts. I have some jelly donuts in there too. I'm looking forward to. We're just going to have to hide them from the old cops. You know how they love donuts, but. Now, luckily, we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to grow out of a closet and act like crackheads. It's about legalized everywhere.
I still feel like it's gonna take a long time to undo what the damage that has been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, our generation has been like traumatized.
By the reefer madness ignorance. And it's just occurred and carried on through generation.
Well,
Yeah.
it's really ridiculous if you look at it from like an outside perspective. Like if you could visualize what's happening on Earth from like an outside, if we were like an alien watching Earth, and you could visualize the perspective of what's going on, and you'd be like, what are these people doing? They're arresting people for plants? Don't plants grow outside normally? What
Yeah.
are they doing? It's a
Yeah,
plant.
yeah, it's crazy. Luckily, they've recreationalized everything and freaking
It's like there's like
legalized it.
it's like there's like places in your mind, you know, that can be unlocked by this plant, and they're like, no, you can't go to that place in your mind. That's bad.
Yeah,
It's not really like even like that. You know, it's not even
yeah.
as strong as like some of these harder psychedelics that are out there.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell the deal. I mean, I have my own personal beliefs on why they demonized cannabis so damn much.
I
And
think that it scared the medical and paper industry, the oil industry. It scared a lot of industries because it can be utilized in a lot of different ways.
yeah, but I think a key factor in it was people opening their minds, man. I think it allowed you to really open your mind and perceive, think outside the box that you're forced to believe by either the news or the media or whatever the case may be. I think it opens up the mind and allows you to realize kind of the bullshit going on. So, to read in between the lines and think outside the box, they didn't want that. They want a bunch of complacent sheep, and that's kind of the case. And, I'm far from a complacent sheep. More like an unruly wolf. So, I refuse to follow the herd, man. I'm just myself. But we got her dream grow room set up is our next topic. Now, while I go grab a rock star because I'm going to need it for this podcast, I'll let Harry get into that because he spent a lot of time. So I'll be right back,
All
guys.
right, so my dream grow setup would be pretty big. It would be a rather large, I would say at least a 10 by 6 greenhouse. That half of it would be shaded. It would all have, you know, AC Infinity, LED lights in there. Um, one half I would use for flowering. The other half I would keep available for vegetating plants and seedlings. And yeah, I would just live inside that greenhouse. I would want all the bells and whistles, intake fans, outtake fans, circulatory fans. The drainage would be awesome because it's a greenhouse outside, so I could just have it run into the dirt or make drainage channels, or it would be way easier to deal with water. Um, or I could even put plants directly into the ground and utilize like make really big plants.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It would be awesome. There's so many things you could do with a setup like that. That's one of my dream setups.
I gotta say, one of my dream setups is definitely AC Infinity equipment. I'm talking about the tent with all the bells and whistles. I'm talking about the Thermoforge, the Terraformer, the Cloud Forge, the panels, the AI panel personally, because it seems to do more automated things without your. See, you got the
Without your input.
yeah, you got the single panel and you got the AI panel. Single panel even is manually operated either via panel or on your phone. Just like that, you download an app. But anyway, the AI kind of switch over the grow systems. So, the tent will know, hey, your plants are in veg mode. They'll know it's in seedling mode. They'll know it's in flowering mode, which is nice. So your tent has kind of a brain and thinks for itself and knows when, and you don't have to go in there and kind of operate and mess with it, which is really cool.
You just got to go in and refill your waters and
Yeah.
empty out your waters. But if you set your system up right, you could have your terraformers runoff go back into your humidifier. See what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you'll still probably have to fill it up occasionally. Keep it
But I gotta say, I want the terraformer, all the bells and whistles, like I must do now. I still got a few more parts to buy to my tent, my AC Infinity tent. I would want like two or three of those in a large room like I have now, and probably, just run different cycles, or if not, run all three flowers. And I already spent about $2,500 in grow equipment. So I mean, that would definitely easily be a six, 7,000, yeah, $7,500 room. Yeah. Yeah.
well,
So,
the setup that I'm looking at would be insanely expensive too.
yeah, I mean, it gets like that. It gets like that growing. And, it's not cheap. It's not easy, but it is a passion project, just like anything. that you do in life. You know, I mean, how many years we spent 2 years doing this on YouTube now, and
Yep,
yeah,
2 years on the good old tube.
I gotta say though. We've been just starting the podcast. We've seen podcast, hopefully it gets out more. I'm hoping it's getting us more subscribers too, because we definitely want to grow this channel and show YouTube that people enjoy this type of content. I do know there's a lot of people in this realm, but just with our vast experience and knowledge, I definitely feel like we have a place on this platform. Um, and what we do in our personal lives as well, and just, who we are as people. I just think it definitely screams cannabis enthusiast. So we definitely have, I'd say, a right to the platform.
I see myself now more of a cannabis
Absolutely.
purist because that's really all I want to do is just, cannabis. Yeah, I got my cannabis and then my caffeine, and I don't even really want to do nicotine, but
Yeah.
that's a hook that's really hard to pull out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I do caffeine, nicotine, and THC. That is it. I don't do any other drugs or substances. I refuse to drink alcohol. I think it tastes like shit, makes me feel like shit. I don't like it. I like cannabis. It makes me happy, makes me calm, and makes me collectively whole, man, as a human. So that's the best way to put it. Yeah, I have drank. I don't like it. It's not like I haven't never tried liquors or beers. I've tried all of them to know I don't like it. Trust me. So, and, I have done acid. I've done mushrooms, a couple times years ago at shows and stuff. Not my thing. I'm not into hallucinogens and psychedelics. I don't knock people
I was
for it.
when I was back in my day, man. I liked the acids and the dimethyltryptamines and the salvia when it was legal. That was fun.
God, Salvia, I did that shit. It was a fucking nightmare, dude.
But now I'm too old. Like I did it. It was fun then. It's not fun anymore.
Guys, listen to this, man. I was in the back seat of my friend's car outside waterbeds and stuff. We just got to Salvia, and it was one of the strongest ones. I can't even remember.
X100,
Yeah,
X1000,
it was like, yeah, it was like one of the strong. I think it was 100.
X100.
Yeah, X100. Yeah, and we got like a whole gram of it. We put it in a blunt. I hit this, man, and it's like, you know how you go at warp speed and everything's blurry by you? I fell back in the seat. Now my legs went up, so did my arms, and I'm just stuck in this back seat, tripping balls off salvia, bro, for like fucking 5-10 minutes
Yep.
straight. And people are just like, it's okay, man, you'll be all right. I'm like, I can't get out of the seat, bro. I'm fucked. I came down off of it 5-10 minutes later, but I'm like, God damn, that was intense, bro.
Wild.
Like, yeah, it wasn't my thing, man. And like, mushrooms were cool, but then like, they fuck your stomach up, man. Like, they make you
Yeah.
pukey and shitty. Like, you have to shit in the toilet.
Yeah, mushrooms
you
put your
know?
number on your stomach,
Yeah,
especially if there's any issues in the growing medium when they were grown.
yeah, and acid, man. I've done acid quite a few times, bro. And I mean, eh, it's just not my thing either, man. I've
Yeah,
had some good times.
well,
I've had some
it
good
was
times.
fun when it was.
Now, first time I tripped balls, guys, on mushrooms. Okay, I went to hookah, and when I went to Hookahville, they had cops riding around on horses everywhere, man. So you're like stoned and paranoid, but they rent out the space so you can. And other people are all geeked up on other drugs and shit. Me, I'm just smoking pot out of my mushies, So I go there. I'm sitting there, and there's my buddy. We'll name him Bill for now. And Bill sold me some weed at the show. So, I'm sitting there, and it was some White Widow. I'm smoking some dank White Widow. I roll up another joint, and I eat all these stems. I have a quarter of mushrooms, and I'm munching on them, just the stems and not the caps. And that was the problem. I didn't know. It's my first time doing mushrooms, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there, I'm eating cap or stem after stem, and these things are about this big, 2, 3 inches. So I'm munching them down, and I'm like, I am not feeling this. So I eat the caps, man. So I devour a whole 7 grams of mushrooms to the face. First time ever doing it. I sit on the back of this car, right? And here comes these cops that are patrolling it on horseback, and freaking the shrooms kick in. So they're going around and I see them and I see the sun going down. You know how sometimes where you guys live, no matter where you guys are throughout the United States, you'll see the sun go down and it'll be orange and pink and you'll have that coloration. It started looking wavy and it just started geeking me out so hard, man. I almost fell off the back of the fucking truck. So hold on, we got somebody in chat.
7 grams, bro.
Yeah, straight 7 grams to the face, bro. That's right. Who was that in chat? Emerson, yes, definitely, bro. 7 grams to the face. But I took 7 grams to the face, right? I start seeing these colorful waves and I just start geeking about it. I almost fall off the truck. And then these cops come around. They know everybody's high. They've been around everybody all fucking day, just totally geeked off their ass on everything. There's even hippie chicks walking around topless, boobs flopping. This one chick had freaking sunflowers painted on her boobs. I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, that's irrelevant. Getting back to it, I did 7 grams to the face, bro, and freaking, I was geeking. The cops come around, and I'm sitting there about to light up a joint. And they look at me, and we make dead ass eye contact, all three sheriffs. And I'm like, oh shit, man, and put my joint behind my back, and it's burning and shit. I smell like weed, and they just look at me, laugh, and keep going by on horseback. And I'm like, oh yeah, they can't do shit. And this was way before it was even legal in our areas, dude. So, it was just because that's what Hookahville is. They rent out the space and shit. So, yeah, it was a good time, I gotta say, man. But it's just not something I enjoy doing now. Would I microdose mushrooms, again, in my lifetime? I couldn't say that I wouldn't, but, it's not something I want to do every day, man. It was a good time while it happened. Now, the first time I did acid was even worse, man, because first time I went and did acid, we went out to Gloucester. This place, it's a German forest or some shit. They had trees 30 feet in the fucking air. And we got a bunch of beer. We got a bottle of Jack Daniels. We had a bunch of different strands of weed. One of them was cherry vanilla cola, which was beautiful, dude. Absolutely beautiful. And we went out in the woods. Oh, hold on. Oh no, this wasn't a bad trip, bro. No, no. It was just the amount. I'll tell you. Hold on, and it wasn't a bad trip at all. But we went out in this Gloucester area. We set up camp and stuff, and there was 2 chicks, my dude Jesse and me, and my dude Jesse basically was hitting on this chick named Mariah, and Jessica was trying to get with me at the time. So it was just a crazy, little group we got together and shit. We went out in the woods, like I said. Well, anyway, we went and did acid, man, and we dropped it. Mariah grabbed glow sticks, started running through the woods like a fairy and shit. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? So Jessica comes up to the fire and she's like, you guys want to do some acid? I've never done acid in my life. So I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? We're out here in the woods. I don't drink. I've just been smoking weed. So I was like, why not enhance it? I'm sitting there at the bonfire and I'm seeing all these colorations and all these different designs start coming through the fire. And Jesse's seeing it too, man. We're both geeking hard, bro, over it. Totally hard.
You know how much you dosed?
Y'all, that's what I'm about to tell you, bro. This is crazy. So I took, right, 7 hits of acid that night. Guess what? They were double dipped. So there were 14 hits of acid I did my first night. And let me tell you, I tripped for 16 hours straight. By the time I was done tripping, I'm like, bro, I just want to see normal shit again. I had portals going on where things would kind of swirl in and swirl back out. I had different colors going past my face as far as like tracers. That's all you seen. The water had that kind of rainbow effect because we went and swam in the water. You know how like soap bubbles get has that rainbow
Like
effect.
an oily.
Yeah. So I dropped 14 hits of acid, first time ever doing acid, bro. And I tripped my balls off. Like at one
Tried your
point,
grade, man.
dude, at one point, bro, I went, hold on, we got comments.
Getting the same visuals as the person you're tripping with is the best.
Yeah, dude. I gotta say, man. And speaking of visuals, bro, um, we went into this chick's house, Jessica's dude, and we were rolling blunts, man. And they had this Jimi Hendrix poster on. He's like stretched out, and the poster alone's trippy, but this dude looked like he was breathing, man. And it took me like usually it takes me like 5, 10 minutes at most to roll up a gem of a blunt. But dude, it took me 45 minutes to roll a blunt because I was tripping face off 14 hits of acid, bro. And we smoked the cherry Coca-Cola weed, which was pretty fire. We had some White Widow, Black Widow, and there was some bubblegum kush, I remember. And we went, and I don't even drink, bro. We killed a whole fifth of Jack. Like we just passed it, and it didn't even affect us. Like we were tripping so damn hard.
It cancels that out.
But fuck yeah, dude. Like I was drunk as shit the next day when I woke up. Like, bro, it was great, but we all were in the woods, right? So I forget my car charger, and we're back in Gloucester, like I told you and shit. And keep in mind, this is like in the woods in a camping area, guy. These are like 30-foot fucking pine trees all around you. You know, we didn't bring no firearms. We're out in bear country and bobcats and shit. And we're just tripping face in the woods and shit. And I go out to the car and I go to get my what's it called? My car or my damn phone charger. And so I get in the car and shit. I see this woods moving or this branch. I'm like, bro, am I tripping balls or what? And dead ass, bro, there was a bobcat that walked out of the woods, walked in front of the car because we had the headlights on. Because I had to turn the lights on. I didn't realize I turned the headlights on. I looked dead ass at this animal, man, and it went into this woods. And then I like seen it go into the woods. I seen these branches moving from where it would have moved it and shit. So I get out of the car, bro, immediately. Like, as soon as it disappears, I put my hands in the woods and, like, the branch waves back and smacks my hand. So I can't tell if I'm tripping balls, if I really seen this bobcat, but it looked like a normal bobcat to me. I didn't pay no mind to it because it took me 45 minutes to get to the car. I kept going back because the second little path that led off to the side was all covered in dark shades, man. And the dark shades kept getting multiple colorations. So I'm just tripping face, walking back and forth through this little path and not going to the car, geeking balls that I can't find the car when it's right down the other path that's right next to it, dude. It's funny. Hold on, we got more comments.
Craziest shit always happens when you're tripping.
Dude, it does, bro. Like 14 hits of acid, my first hit, or my first time freaking doing acid, and it was blotter paper, man. It wasn't like sugar cubes or liquid acid. It was, it had the Ninja Turtles on it. You know, it had Donatello and Leo. Who the
It was stamped.
yeah. I know I'm gonna get shit for being a stoner, not knowing who the fucking goddamn Ninja Turtles are, but you know, because we all know they smoked weed. But anyway, it was a good time, but man, that's kind of why I didn't enjoy it, just due to the fact I didn't have a bad trip, but I tripped so much ass, dude. It was like 16 and a half hours. Wow. We got there around 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I tripped all the way up until 6, 7 o'clock the next day. Like I was still tripping. I couldn't sleep because every time I closed my eyes, I'd just see collars moving and it'd make me laugh my ass off. And then shit didn't look right. People that would come up to me at the campfire, their faces didn't look right, looked all distorted and shit. So I just could not focus, bro, on going to sleep. And it was a good time, man. But God, it was intense. It was fucking intense, bro.
The bobcat.
Not the Bobcat. Emerson says, not the Bobcat. The craziest shit always happens while you're tripping. Yes, sir, it does. It definitely does, man. What's one of the stories that you had that's quite crazy, man, while you were tripping face, Harry?
Let me think. Man, I've had some wild. Have I told okay, so one time I was with a group of people and we were all tripping, and then we were like by the beach by this like stone wall to block the waves from crashing or whatever, eroding away the land.
Yeah.
And we were all out there. We were tripping, and there was this pump house. So we went all down to this pump house, and we were climbing around on the rocks and jumping around on the rocks out there. And suddenly, to me, it looked like the rock had turned into like a million turtles, and I was standing on all their backs. And I jumped off the rock, and we had walked down back out of the pump house area. And I turned around, and I was like, "Oh shit! Look at that sign!" And there was a big orange sign that said "Warning: Trip Hazard." And we thought,
Let me like, hell yeah, it's a trip hazard. I'm tripping face right now. Hold on, we got some comments. We'll continue with these stories. As the cage elephant off the ass and dead ass had a difficult time walking, had to use the railing and walk down like an elderly. Dude, it does. Oh, I got more freaking trip stories, guys. My God. Okay. So the second time, I was sitting there. I was with my ex girlfriend at the time, man, and she didn't smoke weed or did mushrooms or any of that stuff. So it was just me, and she didn't give a fuck. I did, she knew me. I'm just like a hippie type, suburban hippie type dude. So anyway, we're sitting there, right? And I get an eighth of mushrooms, and these are like, what were they? Because there's God damn it. They were witch caps, widow caps. That's what they were. They were like bright red. Anyway, I ate these mushrooms, dude. It was about an eighth of them, about 3.6 grams of them. And we went down, and I was with their sisters. And none of them knew I smoked weed or ate mushrooms, any of this shit. They're watching this really intense part. And you know how, I don't know if you guys ever seen Medea movies, or Tyler Perry, but some of them are comical and some of them are very intense, bro. Like, not laughing topics. So all of a sudden, there's this crazy shit going on. Medea decides to go beat this dude's ass over some crazy shit. And I start dying, bro. I see, she's just going off how she does, bro, in the videos. And I start dying. Her mom looks at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Well, like, and her sisters. So I go out there, bro. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go. I gotta catch my breath. This shit's hilarious, So I just played off like the movie, man. So I go out into the yard. And where the yard is, there's like a bunch of hills, and the grass just got cut. And at this point, all these lines from the grass being cut and the shadowings making it look like waves, bro. So I'm like, dude, in my head, I'm thinking, I'm gonna play in the motherfucking water. Fuck this Medea movie. So I go down the stairs, bro, and I make it to the grass, and I'm just laughing, 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 because it's like I'm sitting there standing in water, bro. It looks like a green lake or something. And anyway, I'm laughing, dude. All of a sudden, my whole stomach does a somersault, like a 360, bro. So I'm geeking that the fact I'm thinking I'm standing on top of a water lakefront. Like, you know how you could just like walk on water? That's what I was thinking, bro. I was doing out there in the side yard. And like, I was geeking about it so hard that, man, between the mushrooms and laughing about it so damn hard, it completely flipped my stomach upside the fuck down. And I started ralphing, dude, like just grabbing onto the earth, fingers dug into the dirt, like fucking puking, bro, through my nose and shit. And I'm laughing still, bro, like insanely. And get this, her parents left and went to the store, right? Guess who pulls up while I'm sitting there geeking, ralphing, throwing up?
"Oh, the parents."
Yeah, the parents pull up and fucking, and I don't even think about it, bro. And she's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just tripping my ass off on some mushrooms. I'll be fine." I heard the door slam and I just start laughing about it, bro. Start puking more. Finally, I start puking. I go into the house and she's like, "What the hell are you on?" I'm like, "Mushrooms, bro. I'm like tripping face right now off an egg." She's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I've never seen somebody puke that damn hard. What was so funny?" I was like, "I was on the lake, bro." And the thing is, where I lived and grew up at, there was a resort and shit, right? So there was this giant like a resort I lived in, and it was just surrounded by lakefront property. And it's still my home place. It's where I grew up as a child. Spent all my time, man. And in my head, I thought I was on a lake, and I was tripping face, fingers dug into the earth, puking my balls off while my girlfriend's parents pulls up. They're thinking I'm out there dying or some shit, not knowing what I'm on or what's wrong with me, bro. And it was so funny, dude. Everybody was just thought it was the funniest shit ever, man. So I mean, I've had some goofy ass times. I've had some close calls, man. I've done acid about a total of probably 2, 3 times. I've done mushrooms probably like 8, 9, 10 times. I've had the Cubans, I've had the penis envies, I've had the widow. What are they called?
Widow cap.
Yeah, widow caps or witches caps, something like that. Those are my favorite. I gotta say, I've had just a lot of different types of shrooms, man. Um, but every time I took them, it was always a good time, man. What about one of your times tripping face on acid, man, or
Um,
shrooms?
I'm trying to
We got
think.
comments.
There's been a lot of times, a lot of experiences. Um, I'm gonna kind of
Okay.
mesh a bunch of them together because like there was stuff that happened in each one that was interesting, but a lot of just laughter and not much happening in between those. So there was one time where my buddy, I'll just call him Yaku, well, he knows who he is. He was saying, he put some water in his hand and he started smacking his forehead and screaming, "I'm made out of water! I'm made out of water!" And the water's splashing everywhere and it made it look like he was actually made out of water. He was like melting. It was crazy, funny what he did there. And then he grabbed his hand and put his hand out like this, and he's like grabbing the edges of his hand, and he's like, "I'm made out of light. I'm made out of light." And as he was doing that, it looked like rays of light were shooting out from like the tracers of his hands. That was a trippy one.
Dude was tripping face.
Then my one buddy, we'll just call him uh, uh, not the right name for now. And he was driving his Jeep, and we were all tripping, especially the driver. Everybody's tripping. And it looked like he was about to drive right into the ocean, but at the last second, he stopped, and the Jeep cringed forward, and we could see the water. And then he was like, "Nope, not here." And we went back, and we went to a different area, and then we were all on the beach, and this was like the actual beach, and like we saw something poking out of the sand, and we went down there, and there was all these little baby turtles coming up out of the sand, going to the water. It was awesome.
Little turtles, man.
There was another area we went to, and there was iguanas, just iguanas everywhere. So many iguanas. It was crazy the amount of iguanas. And the sun was rising, and there was just like tall weeds and iguanas. Like the trees just coming down at this point. That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm not doxing 2 buds in a jar, but Harry was at Florida at that point in time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was in good old Florida.
hold on, guys. I have one call, and I will continue with Tales of the Trip. Entertain with another one. I'll be right back.
All right. No, I guess I'll because there are a lot of acid stories, but I feel like those just involve a lot of laughter and goofy stuff going on.
Hey.
Um, but one of the funnest trips that I could talk about that I had was actually on dimethyltryptamine, DMT, and what I had got my hands on was some changa, which is where they take the DMT and they infuse it to the cappy leaf, so you could smoke DMT like a joint. Um, the first hit that I took, it just kind of felt like, maybe like 30 minutes into taking some acid. The second hit that I took, it was like the peak of an acid trip. The third hit that I took, I held it in and I like just laid back, and it felt like something like with this great weight was holding me down, but I was trying to hold into the smoke for as long as I could. And as I blew it out, it tasted exactly what you would expect a disco ball to taste like, if you could imagine what a disco ball tastes like when it's shining in the light. And I felt this feeling of electricity that traveled through my body and out through my feet, and it felt like I rocketed through the universe itself, and I seen this amazing, brilliant yellow and orange hexagram pattern, almost like a honeycomb, and I was flying through that. And as I was flying through that, I saw this it transform on the inside. It was like a speaker, a traffic light. There was techno music playing. And I was flying into that. And as I was flying into that, I was becoming one and everything. And then I made it to this place where there was all this really psychedelic and amazing looking things. And there was this blue lady who looked like Jetson's space age. I don't know. And then there was this bug guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt and he had glasses on. And like they were trying to communicate with me, but I fully couldn't understand them, and I don't think they could understand me. But they were like dancing, and I was dancing, and it felt like I spent 5 hours in this world just existing in this realm, and it was really interesting to just be there. But when I came back, I think I came back a little bit early, and I remember getting up and going into the bathroom, and the person who had given it to me was there, and I'd never seen anybody get up that quickly. And he was freaking out because he didn't know why I went into the bathroom. Like, I was still on DMT at that time. He didn't know what I was going to do. But I had to pee so bad, and I didn't want to pee in the dude's bed because that would have been messed up. So like I was freaking out that I was gonna pee at his bed, so I hopped up and I ran into the bathroom and peed. But I was still tripping. It was a wild experience. It was really fun. It's one that I would like to try one more time in my lifetime. I wouldn't go crazy on it or anything. Now there's also the liquid version called ayahuasca, and I don't like throwing up, but I think the experience might be worth one purge. If it's not that bad, I'd have to see somebody doing it. If it looks like a fire hose, like I have experienced on some poisoned LSA, then probably not. But if it's not that bad, I think I could handle it.
Yeah, I gotta say, Kyla, one of the best parts about tripping is definitely the laughter.
The
It's
laughter.
yeah, I gotta say, mushrooms is quite the spiritual thing, man. It makes you happier. You just have, I don't know, the laughter is the best, the times and the memories. I've never had a bad trip. I came close, and let me tell you guys about that. So I was in my apartment, and basically, I was watching, I don't know why I decided to watch this, but it was like 20 weeks later, 30 weeks later. I don't know if you guys let me know down in the comments if you guys ever seen that.
What is it?
It's a zombie movie.
28 days or
Yeah,
28 weeks?
28 weeks or 28 days later, some shit
They're
like that.
coming out with 28 years soon. I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah, that movie was intense. But for some reason, I decided to watch like a zombie movie. Yeah,
Terrible idea.
yeah, by tripping balls.
Those
So
dudes, man.
yeah, I took these were Cuban. Damn, I wish I could remember Cuban something. But they're Cuban mushrooms or shrooms. And I ate them. I'm sitting there watching. I had this Eat Me poster, man. And this Eat Me poster had basically a bunch of what is it? Like it had the little worm on it from Alice in Wonderland. It had like Alice on top of a mushroom. And I was like, man, when are these mushrooms going to kick in? All of a sudden, the room got a lot darker and this poster stretched out at me. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I start geeking. My friend on the couch over there, his face started to look distorted. And I just start geeking, bro. Well, we ran at this time. I smoked cigarettes, or no, it wasn't because of cigarettes. Because I quit smoking cigarettes a while ago. It was we needed blunt wraps, and they had these like Blue Royal blunt wraps, man.
You
And
mean Costa
Costa Ricans, yes, yes, thank you. Who was that?
uh Michael?
Michael, thank you, dude. Yes, Costa Rican mushrooms, and but anyway, man, we had Costa Rican mushrooms, and basically they were really good, dude. But I ate a quarter of them, and we were sitting there, and that poster came out and stretched out at me, and I was like, "Man, you want to smoke some weed now that this is kicked in to really intensify it and get it going?" So we get these Royal Blunt wraps. One was a cherry vanilla, and one was like a purple haze. It was really good. But anyway, I'm like going back. I'm going to the gas station, and all these random cars are parked by like Dollar Generals and shit. And I'm sitting there looking, and I must have looked like a damn tweaker, bro. I'm sitting there, I'm looking behind and underneath because I've watched a zombie movie. I don't know what in my head I'm thinking, but I'm like looking for zombies and shit. And it's like late at night, like 12 o'clock. There's like the fog between these cars and shit. And I go up to the gas station. I go in there and my pupils I know are as big as quarters, man. So my pupils are as big as quarters. And fucking anyway, the lady looks at me like I'm crazy, like I'm nuts, bro. I'm like, hey, can I get a couple of these blunt wraps? She's like, yeah. So, and I'm geeking. I start laughing, bro, to the point I'm bawling soon she says, yeah. And, she gets a blunt wrap, she hands them to me, and she's like looking at me and giving me this, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And so I take my blunt wraps, I put down the money. I don't even get my change back. I give her like $7 for like $2 blunt wraps. And I just walk out. I'm like, thank you. Fucking go down there, dude. But it was like the closest thing I ever got because I got to say, man, I'm out there in the Dollar General parking lot, walking to a gas station and stuff. And basically, man, yeah, I'm looking for zombies and shit.
No, that's a bad
Like,
trip, man.
yeah, like, but it all ended. I got back in the house and shit. I got to put her up, man. She's
I
being
I
fuzzy.
got a bad trip for you all. I got a really bad trip. So I'm not gonna say exactly how I acquired this D-lysergic acid, but I had acquired some D-lysergic acid and some means, and I didn't know that this batch of D-lysergic acid possibly had a fungicide in the batch itself and ingested a large amount of this fungicide that was in the D-lysergic acid. Um, so it definitely worked. The effects, I was hallucinating really hard. My body temperature increased. I remember seeing the sweat drop. It like started, I felt it feel like it was really small, but then when it got here to like my eyebrow, it got really big, and I seen the drop hit the floor and it splashed. And as the drop splashed, it looked like there was like a little boat in a wave just following the like a ship on the floor, like there was an ocean all of a sudden, and I could feel my body temperature getting higher and higher, and I could feel these drums started beating. It was like, and everything was starting to intensify, and the colors were getting brighter. And my TV, it was so small. And then I looked away, and I looked back, and it was covering the entire wall. And the sweat drops just kept getting bigger, and and at that moment, I realized something terribly, terribly wrong. Something was wrong. My stomach, it was hurting so bad. I jumped up. I ran to the bathroom. I threw up like a fire hose, just exorcist style, into the hose. Like, I sat down onto the toilet. I'm sitting there and I hear this noise. It's like a buzzing. And I look up and I see the fly. And as this fly is flying, it has a trail that starts here and it goes me all the way around again, and around again. And by the time it hits here, the trail of the fly starts disappearing. I'm feeling, I'm hearing the buzz, but I'm still hearing the body temperature's still rising. I'm feeling the sweat build up more. I'm like, oh man, I got to get this temperature under control. Close the bathroom door, start working on trying to clean up the mess that I've made, turn on the shower, hop in the shower, cool myself down. That was an insane trip.
That sounds intense, bro. That's like being in the Walt Disney musical while tripping face, bro.
Right in the smack
Yeah.
dab middle of it all.
Yeah, because as a kid, when you're watching Walt Disney movies, gets to them like darker scenes and has all that intense music, like tribal drums and shit, makes you feel like you're in Lion King or some shit. I don't know, man. I gotta say, it's crazy, bro. The way that shit, I can't even talk. But but it's crazy, bro. The way that shit affects you, man. The shit you see. I gotta say, mushrooms are pretty fun, man. Mushrooms are definitely pretty fun. Acid's very intense. As far as ayahuasca tea, man, a lot of different tribes and stuff use that for spiritual, guidance or it's also done through becoming a man in some things. So, it's a really intense thing, I gotta say, mushrooms. So or ayahuasca tea. There's also peyote and peyote buttons, but you said how long does those grow? You
It
said
takes 5 years to grow a peyote button because it takes 5 years just for the plant to begin producing those alkaloids that are sought after. So it will take longer than 5 years, honestly, if you want a bigger plant and more potency out of your alkaloids.
yeah, can you guys imagine that, man?
We got another comment.
Oh, hold on, we got another comment. Kyla hyped. We're getting to attend to Two Buds live stream. It's been a blast so far. Thank you, Kyla. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be doing this every Monday, and we'll have like a docket with different topics and stuff. So it is much appreciated. We got tons of stories, me and Harry. We've lived some crazy lives, man. I mean, to be honest, outside the channel of Two Buds in a Jar, I mean, we only got started on this project 2 years ago. So, I mean, it was a passion project, like I said. We have an origin story if you guys want to check that out. We did a video on it, kind of just gave you an in depth. And you know me, if you watch the channel, the dude with the dreads loves to fucking ramble. So I'm like the rambling man. Put me in front of a camera and I won't shut the fuck up. But I mean, for real, you know. And but we'll be doing this every Monday, podcast and stuff. We'll have tons of them coming up, definitely. And we have dockets with different things. So it'll be cool, man. And let's see, we already went through the docket. So I mean we're just gonna freestyle it from now on, I guess.
Oh, we're out.
Yeah. I mean shit.
How long have we been shooting this?
Oh, we've been shooting now for fuck, how do you read this shit?
I don't know. Is it set?
This is average view duration, 6 minutes and 11 seconds. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Anyway,
We've been shooting for a little
yeah.
while. Well, what does it say down here? Yeah, down here. When did we start?
Oh, 3:35 all the way to 5 o'clock.
We started at 3:30.
I think so.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. I have a serious time lapse every time I get high off my ass, man. So
I'm really bad at time.
yeah,
I don't know. Has it
yeah,
been a minute? Has it been an hour? We went through the whole docket. It's got to have been a while.
yeah, yeah. But
We talked about a bunch of stories too that weren't even on the docket.
yeah, somehow we got on the tales of the trip, and there's more. I even have one on the channel, guys. Like the first time I did acid, that kind of explains when I got the double. And it goes into more depth and stuff. I just gave you guys like a short rendition of what happened. But I gotta say, every time I tripped face, it's been pretty damn intense, man. And I get, I don't know. I have, if you guys ever heard it, it's called ego deaths, man. It's like where you realize good change within yourself and you push that change out into real life. I would say, you realize,
I think ego death has more of a dissolving the ego, and the ego is like uh, thinking that you have to be better than somebody else, or looking at what somebody else has and being like, oh, I got to get to that level to be, that better person, and realizing that's not what it is. And you just kind of dissolve all this materialism away, and it's just like,
yeah.
oh, it's actually just light and energy and frequency and vibration, and it's all just beautiful, really.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, Harry's got a point there, man. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, I did experience a lot of that, man. It helped me, man. I gotta say, mushrooms can help people clinically, bro. I mean, it definitely helped my life. I don't eat them every day or nothing. But back to the peyote cactus, you said that thing takes what, 4, 6 years to grow?
To get it to start developing the alkaloids, it takes up to 5 years. A good peyote button would be grown for 15 to 20 years.
So think about that. Can you guys imagine growing cannabis and waiting 15 to 20 years to smoke a damn
I don't think people would be growing cannabis. It'd be
yeah,
really
they'd
expensive.
be purchasing that shit. They would, man.
It'd be like $1 billion an ounce.
Yeah, absolutely. God, the cost would be economical,
Could you
man.
imagine though if there was a plant that took that long, like 5 years to grow?
God.
It would have to produce some of the best
Dude,
buds.
dude, that strand better taste like a fine wine. Like, I don't like wine, no hate to anybody that does, but it better taste like a fine wine off the shelf,
It
you
would have
know?
to taste better than that. It would have
Yeah,
to taste like
for four,
the most exotic fruit you have ever tasted. That's mythical, like fruit of the gods kind of flavor. Like,
I'd have to say, man, I gotta say. But somebody asked what's in the tanks behind me. I got an Asian forest scorpion over here by Harry Cola. Um, and there is a 4.5 foot ball python over to my left over here. So, I got an Asian forest scorpion. Um, and then Maya, our Maya, I haven't named really gave a full name to the scorpion. I'm trying to find something that fits her. She is skittish and she's also kind of cute. She's like an angry little lobster with the stingy tail. And then over here you got our Maya, and she is such a puppy noodle, dude. You can hold her while watching movies. It doesn't matter. And then you guys just seen I had Zoe, and that's one of my bunnies. And then I got lionhead bunnies, and then I got another lionhead bunny in there named Loki. They're kind of buddies, and that's pretty much my exotic zoo, man. You
right.
know, what all do you got over there, Harry?
I guess I got the goldfish. I got a couple big old goldfish in a tank that are out there about outgrown, and a cat.
Yeah, his goldfish guys, like him and his kids got, those little goldfish you win in prizes. These things are the size of flapjacks, dude. Like they're huge. So I mean, he did a great job with that. But yeah,
Tank needs cleaned like twice a week now, though.
yeah, duking it up, dude. Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, dude, they do. Well, the bunnies do too, man. They shit a lot, bro. Like every day I'm in there sweeping and like mopping and cleaning, and they're in my kitchen area because it's like, the best area I could have gave them, because I used like in a 2 bedroom area. So it's like one bedroom's mine, the other bedroom's like the cannabis plants and cannabis area and kind of content little room. And then I got, the living room, which is more of content. The whole house is a content house. We've shot in it everywhere, man.
Yeah.
And, so, yeah, it's a little content area, guys. And basically, I have a little exotic zoo, man. I've had the Loki for like, I think 6, 7 years now. I've had Zoe, the puffy one you guys just seen. She's doesn't like the lights and stuff. I just figured that out. But I've had her for 2 years. She's cool. Our Maya we've had for like 5, 6 years, and then the Scorpion I've had now for a year, and it's been munching bugs and doing wonderful. I haven't got stung or pinched yet. I have real good luck with scorpions. Maybe it's because I'm a Scorpio. I don't know. Did we get another comment?
No, I was just checking. It's the
Oh,
what
we
you have in
did.
the tank back there.
Oh, what you have in the tanks back there?
No, we got no one. What's that?
Where are the rabbits? The rabbits, Rob G, are in my kitchen. I just had one on stream earlier. That was the female. And
Technically, they're not rabbits. They're buns.
yeah, they are two different, species. Believe it or not, bunnies that they sell in pet stores and the rabbits outside are in the same like category as far as lagomorphs, but they can't breed together.
We forgot to try plug potential. We might want to find out if you guys would be interested in some potential upcoming merch where we're thinking about making ashtrays in the shape of weed leaves with actual weed leaves inside of them and jars. So it'd be like an ashtray with the two buds in a jar logo and on the inside of it. So there's like some couple ideas we had floating around if you guys would be interested.
Yeah, just trying to branch out and throw merch. Ain't trying to heavily advertise, but just trying to branch out. It's your dad.
I don't know.
It's my dad. Oh shit, that makes sense now. The rabbits are in the kitchen. What's going on, Dad?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, the rabbits are in the kitchen. But that's crazy. What's going on?
They're trying to plug birch to your dad.
Yeah. But yeah, these are pretty cool. And what we
They're
figured
great
we could
quality.
do, guys, is also not just the two buds in a jar logo. We can put different strands of actual cannabis leaf in it. And
I think that'd be
also,
cool.
we can also do buds, smaller nugs, and put that in there and make designs. There's a lot you can do with these. So if it's something you guys are interested, let us know in the videos that we make or just the comments or the shorts. We have over 800 in videos roughly. And let me grab a hair tie real quick. Underneath this light, you get kind of spicy. But
Yeah, these lights, man, they cook you.
yeah,
They cook your
yeah,
eyes.
yeah. There we go. But anyway, yeah. What the hell was I talking about?
Oh, okay. They'd love to buy
Okay.
two buds of a jar asterisk.
All right. Cool.
We'll keep
Yeah.
that in mind.
We'll definitely keep that in mind. We'll get that going and we'll set up a PO box. So all we got to do is go to the mail place and do that. We'll let you guys know once we get it done. Like I said, we want to do different strands in it, but and these are really good. They're heavy. They have different places where you can place your joints and stuff. And it's a really nice product, I gotta say. And it's colorful. It's really cool. Like this one looks like a galaxy mixed with kind of like an ice look. I don't know how well that looks to you guys on camera, but it is really cool, I gotta say. And we're just trying to do something, just to push the channel and, make something at least for the people that watch so they can have something physical of, two buds in a jar. Thank you. Yeah, I gotta say, the shade of blue is sick. It does look like an ice or a frost. So, and then, you got the back, which looks cool too, because, it's the clear, you got the clear outside of it, you got the like icy looking blue. So they could be done in multiple colors. That's another thing. And I'm pretty sure, they can be done in that same size. And they are pretty big. I have a relatively big hand. I'm 6'1", 260 pounds. But yeah, it's about as big as my hand. So it's pretty large. Well, it is as big as my hand, matter of fact. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, about big as, yeah, side of my face. So it's really definitely large, I gotta say. But yeah, we just thought we'd plug something in there you guys could check out. You could have a part of two buds in a jar, in your house or something to, smoke with. Because we're going to be on YouTube for many years and many years to come. This is something we're going to do for a job. It doesn't matter really if we get paid. We don't give a shit. We just want to do music or not music video, marijuana videos. Damn,
Well,
bro.
we want to be able
I
to
smoked
spread.
myself retarded today.
Want to be able to spread information. We want to be able to test, at least me, I want to be able to test ideas and then show you guys my results and say, well, is this true or is this not true? I didn't think I
Yeah.
could pull off what I did in that 2x3 tent, that 2x2x3.
Yeah, Harry pulled off a little bit of a can of miracle, guys. I mean, he really grew into a tiny space. You got to understand, my tent that I show you guys on the shorts is 6'8". Like I said, I'm 6'1", so I can get in it comfortably and move around. Now, when the wall's there, it's a 4x4, 4 foot wide, 4 foot long. Now, when I move that wall, it's 5x5. So it's a large tent. Harry's working out of smaller tents because he has smaller space to work with. We all have different size grow spaces. Let me know down in the comment section below what's your guys' grow tents. Are you guys running large tents, bigger grows, whole rooms, smaller tents? Harry's got that what 2x2.
I have a 2x2x3 and I have a 2x4x6.
Well, of course, I promise the two buds and a jar merch will definitely be a thing. We're going to do
For
beanie.
sure.
Yeah, because I want to do embroidered beanies. I want to do embroidered hoodies. I want to do these ashtrays first and foremost. This was kind of a prototype to see, if anybody was interested in merch, and there will be tons of it. We plan on doing our own cure jars. We plan on doing our own hoodies, our own beanies, our own ashtrays. Um, I mean, that's about it so
So
far.
far, we're pumped with
Yeah,
our ideas.
if you guys have any kind of idea of what you may want, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll see if I can make it happen. Um, 446, Michael Carpenter. What is up, Mikey? How you doing today, buddy? Thank you for watching, sir. Course, shout out to you, man. Corrance, I'm sorry. Shout out to my dad. Love you too, man. Shout out to Kayla. Thank you so much for commenting. Shout out to Emerson. Thank you. How much are the ashtrays? Well, we have not.
We haven't seen.
Yeah, guys, this was just a prototype we got a hold of. We
Yeah.
love the quality of, and
It was just to kind of pitch it out there today to see if there was any response, and if there was a response, then we would take it more seriously because you'd have to invest money forth, and we have to
yeah,
have materials, and it's a lot to make it happen. So I didn't want to waste the time and effort into something that was just going to sit there on a shelf.
yeah, but now knowing you guys definitely want the merch, that is amazing. We appreciate it. So we will definitely make it. We will let you guys know once it's done. Of course, we do have to produce the plants in order to create the leaf ashtrays, which we got some mimosa cakes growing right now, some
I got
amnesia
some good
haze.
gorilla cookies
But you got,
leaves.
yeah, we can
We
do
can
the gorilla
get some
cookies.
cookies.
So they'll be a little pretty sick, I gotta say.
I'm gonna have to go in and thin that area out again.
I'd wear a beanie every day. That'd be so dope. I gotta say, yeah, Corinth, I'd wear a beanie too, man. I would love them. I love beanies because I have dreadlocks, guys. They get pretty heavy. I put them up in a beanie. They're good to go. But yeah, it was just an idea we thought we'd pitch and we would do. You know, I'm glad you guys are interested. And then anybody else that watches that ain't currently viewing right now, just let us know down in the comments section below. You know, and we'd greatly appreciate it. We have not thought about a price of the ashtrays and the merch yet. So, like I said, we will definitely let you guys know
We're
that
hoping they can be relatively cheap. It's just
yeah.
going to come down
Ain't gonna
to
be
the
like
cost of
ridiculously
materials.
expensive. And that's the same thing. We're going to get good quality merch, but we're not going to charge out the ass for it. So, you know, but we just figured it's something we would do. But yeah, we've done covered a lot this stream, I gotta say. We've covered anything from tales of the trip and trip and face to the docket, and we got a lot of grows coming, guys. I know a lot of you guys. Let's get to some of the comments and people, and then I want to get on my phone and shout out some of you guys personally because you are in the comment section every day. There's channels and you guys are just awesome, man. We greatly appreciate it. I mean, I thought we would only get 800 subscribers at tops, and we're over at almost 200,000 views on our channel, dude. We have like, I think, 118,000. It's freaking crazy right now.
That's cool. Keeps growing. Yeah.
Every day. It is nuts, man. And I mean, I'm grateful for it. Every time I wake up and see them numbers go up or it can answer comments, I think it's awesome. I like to build a huge little community here. And, it's the Canna family, man.
Right.
And get a cult following. That'd be great, man. I want to create a name for myself in the cannabis industry, definitely. And, I feel like this channel was a step in the right direction. Everybody's really positive. There's growers out there, and it's awesome, man. It's awesome to see the community you built. But there's a lot of people that ask us, guys, can we, sell? Basically, I'm gonna throw it out there. A lot of people ask us if we can sell weed or seeds, and if we had deals with companies that could do that, yes, but I'm not sure how the legal technicality is.
Hey, can we send seeds to Ukraine?
No.
Is that the question they keep
No,
asking? What
no.
was it?
Yeah, shout out to the people in Ukraine that watch us in Russia. And there's a lot of people from all over the world that watch us. Shout out to you guys. But understand in the Ukraine and Russia, I want to, because I know I have a few Ukrainians and Russians. Shout out to you guys again. But the weed's illegal in your guys' area, your country. I can't send that, or maybe I could get in trouble from your legal system or possibly my legal system. Definitely my legal system. So I can't send weed seeds out. I can't.
We really can't do any of that. We could do
Yeah,
like
if we
these
could, we
hats,
would, but
ashtrays, jars, things that are around it, but not actually it. We're good. We might be in trouble, so we can't do that.
and much like other people, we are trying to get our hands into the cannabis industry and we're getting close. We are already sponsored. So we are trying to get that capability to be able to send you guys genetics or be able to send you guys
Maybe
cannabis.
one day.
Yeah,
But we
but
hope
it's all
someday.
in the works,
There's
you
a lot
know.
of legal and money, and yeah, that's what it comes down to is ironing out all those legal technicalities.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what it comes out to. It's just the boring stuff we're not going to bore you guys with because it ain't interesting to hear about on the stream. But we are getting merch done. We cannot, unfortunately, send seeds to the Ukraine or Russia or places like that. And we can't do it legally in the United States as well because we do not have the
I'd say
licensing.
legal technicalities.
Yeah, legal technicalities. We got to find out where that place is, whether we're
You can go online and you can order seeds from
OBS is disconnecting.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
What did it say?
We're good. Just exit out of it. Oh my God. I thought they just, yeah. Okay.
You thought we got hit?
Yeah.
We were talking
Yeah,
about
dude. I thought
some
I'm sitting
spicy
here
stuff.
talking. Yeah. I thought they just doxed or not doxed, but just whacked our whole live stream. I'm like, fuck, bro, YouTube. What the hell? I'm telling people I can't do this now. But
Okay.
yeah, I said I can't.
Yeah, but you
But
can go to Hydro Gardens and Lights or Herbie's or what are some of the other great
oh,
Royal
yeah,
Queen
yeah, yeah.
seeds?
Manifesto Genetics, Royal Queen Seeds, Herbies.com, Jungle Boys. Hold on, we got some comments down in the comment section below.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, right, Cords. Yeah, I did too, man. I was like, what happened, bro? What happened? And YouTube, bro, they're always on our asses, but they appeal everything. They'll age restrict our content so you guys don't know we get upload, and then they'll, I'll appeal it, and then they'll, agree with the appeal and put it back on the channel. I'm like, why are you age restricting it? Like, why are you doing me like that for, man? We're trying to get out to people.
Watch out that bush. That bush might jump out and hurt somebody. It's dangerous.
Yeah, and we work at home, like I said, so we have a lot of time to make quality content and sit there and think. We do live in two different areas. Like, me and Harry live in separate houses, but we meet in my place to really, show you guys different, cannabis videos or do cannabis videos. So, we have a lot of ways and stuff to make content and a lot of time to make content rather and do live stream. Like we've already been live streaming for a couple hours now. I mean, if we wanted to, we could do this till like 1 o'clock in the morning, but we do got to eat dinner and do things like that. So but anyway,
Life prevails.
so anyway, back to the topic at hand, guys. Sorry, I get sidetracked sometimes. We can't send out seeds. We can't send out, flowers. Unfortunately, we can't. We're working on the legal technicalities. If we get the legal technicalities and understand them, we will definitely let you guys know on the next stream what's up with that and if we can or cannot. So that way, you guys can get genetics from us or maybe grow the same seeds we're growing on the channel or that's if we're allowed and everything legally adds up and I have to see laws in your state as well. So, unfortunately, and YouTube's very touchy about selling anything. Like I showed seeds that had a barcode, QR code on the back, and they age restricted it. So there's a lot of things you got to do in specific ways to get around these conditions. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, the YouTube police is always on it. And the thing is, it's an AI algorithm system, guys. Okay, so it's not all the time right. There's a lot of times, like there's times I've got age restricted just for vaping. If it's too cloudy in front of this camera right here, they'll age restrict it. But the thing is, we get more freedom, as you can see, with the type of content we've been talking about on live stream. And that's why I decided to start doing live stream. I've noticed a lot of people like to watch them on YouTube. They like to throw them on the background while they're sitting there getting blown. And how many of you guys are getting stoned sitting here watching this? Yeah, like, or you just turn it on to cook dinner or clean your house, or because a lot of you guys are just getting home from work or
Well,
whatever, chill,
that's what drives me
relaxing.
crazy about the ads on YouTube anymore. Is like you're trying to throw something on so you can like wash some dishes or sweep up the floor or do whatever, task you have to do around the house, and like you're doing it, and then all of a sudden it's like, what's that, an ad? You gotta skip the ad. You continue doing it, and it's like 3 minutes, there's another ad, and you're like, what is going on? you're about to sweep up their pile of dirt, and there's another ad, and you're like, all right, I need to find something else to watch because there's too many ads.
Yeah. See, I'm a big music fan, and I like listening to albums, and then there'll be like 30-minute commercials. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? Fast forward, you know. And that's why, honestly, I wouldn't want paid ads on our channel unless it was for stuff of us. I don't want you guys to have to sit through 20 deodorant ads and ball trimmer ads. What's that thing called, that ball trimmer
Oh,
everybody's
is that
sponsored?
Manscaped?
Manscaped, bro. Like, you know, obviously it don't look like, I ain't getting into
We
that.
could get into some funny bits with it, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
yeah, we've
but
come up with a lot of them, but I'm not going to sit there and try to sell you ball trimmers and freaking deodorant and all this bullshit. I just want stuff of the channel, man. I want to push the channel. I want it to reach as many people as humanly possible. So if you guys at home watching would just do one thing, and that's just share it to somebody videos, no matter what it is, a cannabis enthusiast you guys know, that's awesome, man. Because the more people we can reach with this passion, the better. I'm not in it for money. Me and Harry have our own separate incomes, and we live life quite comfortably, not being an egotistical asshole or anything. I'm just saying money isn't really, it's not important. I'm gonna be dead ass. You just need it to live. So it's like, it's not why we're doing this channel. It's not why we're making merchandise. It's not why. It's passion, man.
well,
It's pure love.
the
you know.
the content, because then we can afford things that the channel needs to help make better content. Ultimately, that's what it goes back to, is feeding the algorithm and being able to produce
Yeah.
better content.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of money, if we do get money from this channel, is going to go into our content 100%. We dumped thousands and thousands, dude. I can't even tell you. And that's one thing I want to tell you guys too, because it seems to be a giant misconception. That you can just have an iPhone, throw it on a tripod, be a YouTuber, and make thousands of dollars. No, 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 no.
Maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, you could get away with that.
Yeah, now you need hundreds of dollars worth of equipment. You need hundreds of dollars worth of editing stuff. It's a lot, guys. I ain't going to bore you with the details, but God, how much money we put in. Like, I bought a student glass. A student glass is a reverse gravity bong with a hose. A lot of famous celebrities has them. Wiz Khalifa, people like that. But anyway, I spent $500 on that bong, made a video of it. And it didn't get that many views because YouTube age restricted it. Had nothing to do with people not wanting to watch it. It's on the channel. It's just YouTube age restricted it. That's what they do with cannabis content. But I'm noticing now they are becoming more lenient. But anyway, you do put a lot of money into this. We have put a lot of money into this. All those pens, we just now got sponsored. So we do get things for free. We get seeds for free. We get nutrients on discount. We do get hooked up basically through that store. And that store is amazing. I have never went into a store, matter of fact, in my life, whether it's Target, Walmart, I don't give a shit where, period. And you have more intelligible people that know about the product, will explain, walk you through, whether you're a veteran grower, an intermediate grower, a first time grower. Hydro Gardens and Lights, even if I wasn't sponsored, and even if I just met you guys watching on the street, I would tell you go there. They're amazing, and they're not assholes. They help you take your stuff out to the car. They know about everything, and they have everything. And the guy that owns it is amazing. His wife is amazing. They have their hands in a lot of different companies, cart companies, grows, hydroponic products, grow soil products, seeds, genetics, cloning, just about everything in the cannabis industry. He even creates devices that's like the Easy Butter Maker, the Easy Gummy Maker. And you can find those on Easy Gummy Maker and EasyButterMaker.com. So if you guys are interested in those, not trying to sell you a bunch of stuff, I don't want to be that YouTuber, man. But, this is a good company and they are amazing. And that's why we decided to work with them because, we have an integrity level and I believe they meet it. So that's why we definitely decided to work with them. Understand that the marriage grow, like Carrie Cola said, are prototypes. They were an idea that they threw out, and it wasn't every time you create something, it isn't going to be pure fire until you get it right. And that's what I got to say about this product. It just didn't hit home, but I'm sure once they improve on it, it will be amazing. Hold on, we
Orthopods
got
size
comments.
and give us some really good genetics in there. Um, Probably playing with the 2 gallon pot in the smaller tent just to see if I can make something work in there and try to home in those skills and those, really try to get that to work right and figure out maybe there's something in there that I don't know. I just have to play with it and find out.
And thank you. Yeah, believe it or not, Dad, I started off with cactuses. Um, and worked my way up to exotic plants and canafam. This is for both of you guys, man. I started out with cactuses, and I started out with what's it called? Shit. Exotic plants such as carnivorous plants, all of that. So, two different worlds. And then when I was 17, 18, I think, I was getting more heavily into cannabis in 1920 is when I started growing. And it took me about a half a year to a year to get it right. And let me tell you guys a funny story. When I first started growing cannabis, you guys aren't going to believe this from what you've seen on the channel. You're going to be like, no fucking way. When I first started growing cannabis, I went to an Ace hardware store. I bought everything I needed, soil, everything, looked it all up, had it all screenshot on my Android, the whole nine, had the money back for it. And when I first started, I had everything started up, the fans, the lights, the this, the that, you name it. And, I gave it a couple days. Nothing was growing. Nothing was growing. Finally, I just said, fuck it. It's too hard. So I turned everything off, closed the door. The next day, there were seedlings all throughout the buckets. And I took this small closet and grew 14 plants in it. It was about an 8 foot closet. So it was 8 foot long, but it was about 3 foot wide. It was a very awkward closet that I decided to grow in, but it had this long bar that held all of my equipment. So as soon as I opened up the thing that morning, I started growing and I never stopped. So when I first initially started growing weed, I said, fuck it, it's too hard. I turned everything off, closed the door, didn't even want to look at it the next day, woke up in the morning, seen seedlings, turned everything back on, and I'm like, let's do it. And I never stopped. And I've been growing for years, I gotta say. I like to just, try to specialize in everything in my life. Anything that I know about and I have passion in. I have a passion about a lot of different things, not just cannabis, but, that is one thing I am very passionate in is cannabis. But, I'm very passionate in other things. I try to be just as knowledgeable and, let you guys know as well. Because I know a lot of you guys at home are outdoor or indoor growers. Cords. What's up, Cords? But yeah, in the beginning, guys, so that's an embarrassing story. I gotta admit, like, I just gave up, and then the next day everything was growing and going good. So I'm like, turn the lights back on. So it's a trip, man. And I got to say, your grow will evolve too. That's another thing. Don't let things get you down. You will invest. I know you guys probably see all these fire strands and expensive equipment, but over time, you will save money, in buying the right proper equipment and its quality and setting it up properly.
And invest in good equipment.
Yeah, yeah. You'll have no problem doing that. So, with that being said, I gotta say, guys, um, if you want to keep growing, keep doing it. Your grow will evolutionize over time. You will get better. You will do better things. And, don't give up. Because when I first tried it, I said, fuck it, it's a little too difficult. And then I spent years and years and years researching. So, that's one thing I do gotta say. But we have went through our docket, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we've been on this thing forever.
We've been on this forever. We've got a lot of love, a lot of comments. We definitely appreciate you guys watching. We're going to go on a little longer, then we're going to cut it because honestly, I want to go to Subway before it closes. I've been craving a buffalo chicken sub, bro, like a motherfucker. So I'm probably going to go ahead and close this out, Canna Family. We got much content coming. We got a lot of things going on at Two Buds in a
More pro
Jar.
tip videos coming. More pro tip videos coming.
Yeah, we got a lot of trip and face stories coming from beginning to end. We just kind of threw that in the beginning, seeing you guys like them. Somebody said it's prime content. I was like, I got you, then. Here's some stories, bro. You know, so much love to all you guys for all the support. Like I said, we're currently at 1,165 viewers. You'll see a lot more behind the, we'll call it behind the buds.
Behind the
Yeah,
buds.
behind the buds. Um, so you'll see a lot more of that. You'll see more of us and get to know us as people and as YouTubers so you guys know who you're subscribing to, who you're liking, and you're not just seeing the videos. You understand that I am the same person I am right now in my videos as I am in live stream. I just,
It's just edited by me.
yeah, it's just edited. All the fucks and shit are edited out by Harry.
Yeah.
So
All the things that I'm like, that's probably not advertiser friendly. I'll just remove that.
yeah. So, with that being said, my name's Dustin, and this is Harry Cola from Two Buds in a Jar.
Yep. Two buds in a jar.
And we're burning out. We'll see you next podcast, guys. Much love. Peace.
You. See ya.